With the big game, the Superb Owl, or the supersized bowl, you know, whatever you want to call it, coming up this weekend, I thought it would be a really fun idea to make a virgin cocktail for all those who aren't degenerates like me and, you know, don't want to consume alcohol all day. Or maybe there's kids hanging out, you know, watching the game and they want to drink something. So we're going to make the virgin mint julep from Disneyland. I have loved this beverage for as long as I can remember. One of my favorite things to do, and I do it every time I'm at Disneyland, is I go over to the mint julep stand, get myself a mint julep, some beignets, and then go stand in line at the Haunted Mansion. It's a ritual. I do it every time. It doesn't matter how many times I go to Disneyland every year. That happens every trip. I love it. You know, the mint julep isn't anything special. I mean, it's essentially Sprite with mint, but I still love it. The recipe's pretty simple. I actually got this recipe. Someone posted it on Reddit. I don't know if you know this, but you can go to the to City Hall at Disneyland, and they will give you any recipe in the park. And I've been meaning to go there and just, you know, spend like half a day there, you know, photocopying everything. But someone posted on Reddit the recipe for the mint julep. And this is that recipe with a couple of minor tweaks due to just ingredients I have available. I think it's delicious. It is a fun thing to batch, just to drink, you know, while watching the game this weekend. Let's get started. To the kitchen. In this pan, we have 6 cups of water that we've brought up to just about a simmer. We don't want it to boil. We just want it to be warm enough to dissolve our 1 pound of sugar. Now we're gonna add lemonade concentrate. You get this in the freezer section at your grocery store. I just picked up Minute Maid. You don't need this whole thing. You only need about 8.5 ounces, and we're just gonna pour that in. Next, we're gonna add 1.25 ounces of fresh squeezed lime juice. The final ingredient is Creme De Menthe syrup. I don't have Creme De Menthe syrup. I have Creme De Menthe liqueur, which is gonna work just fine. If you have like Torani or any of those others, that's what they use at Disneyland. I just don't have that. I have liqueur. So if you want it to be completely alcohol-free, go ahead and just use like Torani or whatever. But this only has 18% alcohol. And we got like 6 cups of water, a pound of sugar. It's gonna be a negligible amount of alcohol no matter what. But we're gonna go ahead and add 1.5 ounces of Creme De Menthe liqueur. And then finally, we pour it into a pitcher, let it cool, and serve. And there it is, the virgin mint julep from Disneyland. Let's give it a taste. That is just straight nostalgia. This takes me to the line at Disneyland for the Haunted Mansion, where in one hand I have a mint julep, in the other hand I have a bag of beignets covered in powdered sugar. Drinking this, I'm sticky, because this is a overly sweet drink. It's one of those flavors and it smells that just transports me there like that, like an instant. This is shockingly close to the actual Disneyland recipe. I mean, we did base it off of their real recipe, so I guess that's no surprise. This is actually quite wonderful. Again, it is not an actual mint julep. You know, there's very few things in here that are in a real mint julep. But you know, I'm kind of curious, how would this taste with bourbon? Let's all right, there we go. Whoops. Old Forester. This is one of my favorite mixers. A, because it's cheap, and B, it's really good stuff. Let's do about 1.5 ounces. Kind of settling there at the top. Stir this around. Not losing the umbrella. All right, the Disneyland mint julep with bourbon. Oh, it's not bad. I mean, again, does not taste like an actual mint julep. It's pretty good. It's somewhere in the ballpark of like a whiskey sour, but a little better. because you get all that mint. If you were at Disneyland and, you know, for some reason you happen to have some bourbon with you, I'm not saying that bourbon is the same color as apple juice or soda. But if you happen to have some booze with you and you're at the park, you know, this might not be a bad thing to do. Oh yeah, that's really freaking good. That's fantastic. But I would love to hear from you guys. What beverage at the parks transports you straight? Like, what is the most nostalgic drink at Disneyland? I want to know. Or, you know, Disneyland, California Adventures, or wherever. Even the cruise lines. Let me know, and I want to try and make it on this channel. I love trying to recreate stuff from the parks. That's just my favorite place on earth. It's just, I've been going there my whole life. And so let me know what you want me to make, and I will do it. I will make it on this channel. I'm a total slut for suggestions. And you know what? Till next time, cheers.